Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of Beloved by Toni Morrison. The story takes place on the edge of Cincinnati in 1873, and this is actually at the end of Civil War, and the story is happening in a house numbered 124, and it is said that this house 124 is haunted by the presence of a dead child. A former slave named Sethe has lived in this house with this ghost for 18 years. Sethe lives at 124 with her daughter Denver. Her mother-in-law, baby Suggs, had died 8 years ago after living a very exhausted and a sad life. And her two sons, Howard and Buckler, had run away from this haunted home just before her death. Paul D., who is also a former slave and who had worked along with them in the same plantation called Sweet Home, has come to 124 and almost becomes a family member along with Denver and Sethe. And Paul D. talks with Sethe and brings back all her painful memories, and Denver is also jealous because of the attention that Sethe gives to Paul D. And just as Denver is about to get used to this new familial arrangement, a woman called Beloved appears in the house. And Beloved says that she does not know who she is or where she is from, but somehow she has come there and she starts living there. And Beloved asks Sethe many questions about her past, and as they talk, we come to know that Beloved knows many things which only Sethe knew. Like for example, Sethe had received a pair of earrings as a gift from the former wife of her former master, and she had not revealed this to anyone, but Beloved knew it. And Denver also started liking Beloved being in the house and also tells about the miracle of her birth. Sethe was a slave in Sweet Home, and the former owner of Sweet Home was very kind to her. But the new owner was very rude and they treated them very badly. And when Sethe was pregnant, she had tried to escape from there and she wanted to go to Ohio. But because of non-availability of food and the tiredness of traveling and being pregnant, she was almost nearing death. At that time, a white woman named Amy Denver found Sethe, cared for her, and helped her to get to the Ohio River. And in that place only she gave birth to Denver. In fact, she named her daughter Denver because she wanted to be thankful to the white woman named Amy Denver. And Paul D. also recalls his experience working on a chain gang. He and other slaves had almost escaped. Actually, they had escaped from there and had their chains cut by a group of Cherokee. And Paul D. wandered north and stayed with a kind woman in Delaware for some time, but he was unable to settle there. And he felt an urge to wander, and he was wandering for a few years before coming to 124, and only here he had found a family. And missing baby Suggs, a mother-in-law, Sethe takes Beloved and Denver to the clearing in the woods where baby Suggs used to have spiritual gatherings before she fell into her exhausted state. Sethe wished that baby Suggs were there to rub her neck because she was very tired, and the moment she thought like that, she could feel some fingers massaging her neck. But when she turned around, she was not able to see someone, and after some time, she found that the fingers which were massaging her began to choke her, and she thought that she was going breathless, but finally the fingers let her go. Denver thought that Beloved is somehow behind this choking, but Beloved said that she knows nothing about it. And Beloved gradually and mysteriously forces Paul D. out of the house by making him restless so that he ends up sleeping outside in the cold house. And when he is sleeping outside in the cold house one night, she persuades him to sleep with her and stirs up his painful memories. Beloved tells Denver that she wants Paul D. out of 124. Now the novel moves back in time when baby Suggs was waiting for Sethe and her son Holly, that is Sethe's husband. Sethe had somehow saved her children out of Sweet Home and sent them ahead to 124. And according to the plan, she and her husband Haley are supposed to escape together and come to the house. But Haley never arrived, only Sethe came there. But anyway, baby Snacks was happy because at least Sethe and the children had reunited. So, to celebrate that, she hosted a grand celebration for the neighboring committee, and to her surprise, she had very meager stores of food, but with that she was able to give feast for 90 people. But after the celebration, she felt uneasy and felt somehow that she had offended the community with an excessive display of joy and pride. And she felt that since she had enjoyed so much of joy, something bad was going to happen as a consequence of this. And soon after the celebration, 4 horsemen come to 124. A school teacher, his nephew, a slave catcher, and a sheriff. And this school teacher had become the owner of Sweet Home after the kind original master had died. Now they had come to take Sethe and the children back to Sweet Home and to make them to work as slaves. Now the offended community did not want Sethe or baby Snugs. And when Sethe sees school teacher coming, she gathers her children and runs to a shed. But when the 4 horsemen go there to find her, she had killed one child with a saw and she was ready to kill her other children also. The school teacher, on seeing this, decides that she is crazy and not worth bringing back to work. But the sheriff takes Sethe off to jail. Now the novel comes back to the present. A former slave named Stampede, and actually Stampede only had helped Sethe to escape 18 years back. Now Stampede tells Paul D about Sethe's killing her own child. Paul D comes and asks Sethe about it and then leaves 124. Feeling guilty for causing Paul D to leave Sethe, Stampede talks to Sethe, but Sethe does not come out to the door. Stampede hears strange voices from the house and she peeps through the window and sees Beloved there. Within the house, Beloved causes Sethe to remember more and more of a painful past. Sethe maintains that the killing of a child was out of love because she did not want her children to become slaves and suffer the life which she had experienced. And Sethe also believes that Beloved is none other but her own dead child who had returned to her. Beloved remembers being taken on a ship from Africa to the United States, the middle passage of the Atlantic slave trade. Sethe begins to get weaker and weaker, falling under the sway of Beloved, and she obeys to whatever Beloved says. Now Denver goes in search of work so that she can get some food and provide for the household. She goes to the house of the Baldwins, who once helped baby Snacks settle at 124, and tells their maid Janie about Beloved and the situation at 124. Now the community come together and help them with food. As the news spreads about Beloved's strange presence at 124, a group of women join together to save Sethe and Denver from Beloved. They gather around 124 and break into a song which is kind of exorcism. Mr. Baldwin approaches the house and Sethe mistakes him for school teacher and tries to attack him. But Denver and the other women stop her, and they find that Beloved has disappeared. After Beloved's departure, 124 seems to become a normal house. Sethe has mostly lost her mind, but Denver is working and learning, hoping one day to attend college. Paul D returns to 124 and promises to take care for Sethe. The inhabitants of 124 and even the surrounding committee gradually forget about Beloved entirely. Even those who saw and talked to her are finding that they have forgotten about Beloved totally. The story ends here. It's a beautiful story written by Toni Morrison. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you're not subscribed my channel, please subscribe. Thank you.